Hey
Hello.
everybody, welcome back to the Chorizo Bros. We are so happy to have you back.
I'm back, dude. It's been a minute.
I'm happy to have you back, and I'm happy to have you guys back. Thanks for clicking on the video.
Let's go.
Man, we're one step closer to getting the original guys back together.
Art, man. We miss you. We need to see you.
Yes.
Everybody misses you.
Everybody, all of our people are commenting.
Yeah.
Where's Art at? Where's Art at?
He'll be here.
He'll be here.
Yeah.
Watch, you know what? Cut to him dressed up as Santa. Santos Claus.
Santos Claus. Oh, man. Dude.
That'll be our Chorizo Bros Christmas gift to you guys. Is Santos.
Art comes back.
Art comes back.
Santos Claus.
Santos Claus. Hey, wait, you wanted some gifts?
Let's go.
No, he doesn't talk like that.
He's gonna be pissed when he sees this, dude.
He's gonna be lighting us up right now.
Dude, oh man.
We miss you, bro.
We love you, Art.
We miss you, man. Santos Claus. So, we are gonna be man, I don't know if we've done a subtitled video yet. Have we done a foreign film yet?
No, but we should do more.
We should do more.
We should do more.
I was very intrigued by the idea, and this was kind of stumbled upon, and I'll go a little bit more into that when we get to this part. But for those of you that saw in our title, we are doing the 2010, this is a remake, I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
2010 movie, 13 Assassins. I'm stoked. I am too. I have been geared up on the movie itself, but also just running it by somebody else. And I think this would have been a good video for Art, and maybe we revisit it.
I mean, I'm cool with that because I'll kind of jump right into my, review. We're going to do it like we always do, where we, give a rating of, 1 through 5, no spoilers, and then we'll get into it, the thick of it. This is a very, very high 3, almost 4 for me.
Interesting.
It is. There's a lot of great qualities about this film that I just really enjoyed, and I want to give it a 4. There's just me nitpicking certain things about the movie that just dock it down slightly. If they hit some of the notes that I'm looking for, which I'll get into in a little bit.
Yeah.
If they hit those notes and I'm like, this is like almost a 5. This movie can rival pretty much any major action movie out there. I would really highly almost prefer watching this over almost any other action film. The action stuff in this is just really freaking cool, and oh man, dude.
I mean, that's the whole point of the movie, is to set up for the action scene.
Right.
Yeah.
But even like the build up, the storyline, there's these interesting aspects, and I learned a lot culturally, I think, about Japan. And I think that this movie may not be for everyone. I wouldn't actually recommend it.
It's definitely not for everyone.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you kind of have to be okay with. Obviously, it being,
Subtitled.
Japanese and
Right.
subtitled.
Well, the version we saw, I'm unsure. I'm unsure if there is an English dub of this that they made. Maybe some Blu-rays out there or something have it, but the streaming I watched it on was subtitled. And
Same.
I was like, fuck it, I cool, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely still feel the emotion of, of these characters and of these actors, so it doesn't really, oh man, she's probably you gonna be okay?
As long as she doesn't try to walk on the table, I think it's
All
fine.
right,
I think she's like, guys, I want to talk about 13 Assassins.
You want to talk about 13 Assassins? Go ahead.
Say something.
But yeah, I mean, this is I really enjoyed it from start to finish. And that's why it's a really high 3.
Yeah.
So
I'm shocked that you landed at like a 3 point something. I thought you were going to be just like, oh, it's a solid 4. Like I'm when you go into your nitpick area, I'm sure you're going to kind of flesh that concept out for me a little bit.
I'm hoping that you'll kind of not necessarily agree.
I'm probably going to agree. But guess what? It's my turn. And
is this a 5?
Yeah, big time.
Wow.
This is one of my favorite action movies, I think, that I've seen in a hell of a long time. And
that doesn't surprise me.
Here's the thing. You know me. When am I ever like, oh, I can't wait to watch an action movie? Like, never. Like, what are my favorite movies that you know? Elephant Man, There Will Be Blood, Taxi Driver.
And they're not heavy action.
Well, they're barely action.
Yeah.
They're like
This is
period. This is period. This is I liked the casting in a lot of this. I mean, we shout out casting sometimes. I think every actor that they chose for these parts look it and behave it. Shinzaman is my favorite in here. He's our main guy. So the casting was phenomenal. The sound design, because I was reading it, I was listening to what was happening outside of it because my visual was focused on the bottom of the screen. Right. And that's a bit of a detriment, but no big deal. But I really noticed how like ace the sound design was. The way the cloth moves when they're outside and you can hear the birds chirping. There's actually a part where they're right after the climax when it's like coming to the very end scene. They leave that little town that they built the fortress around, and hang on, I probably should not do this on the spoiler free part, right?
Let's get into it, man.
But they get out of that spot and they're in kind of a field, like the outside part of the fortress.
Okay.
And you can hear the nature again. So like it's very, very moody. It like really puts you in there. It's atmospheric, is the way to say that. So, man, I was like loving it. I was loving the sound design, the casting. Some of the acting choices I didn't love. We'll get to that. But I liked just the way everything looked. The sets were amazing. The costumes.
Yep.
Like, bro, this was like had everything I would want. And if we were gonna make a cool like period drama, this is what it would look like.
Absolutely.
So man, they really went to town on that stuff.
Yeah, and I have no qualms with any of that stuff.
Right. So, and again, I'm not an action movie guy. So watching it and just being like, they built the tension up to where I wanted it to be, and then it was like, here the fuck it is. And bombastic, extreme, fun.
Really fun.
I was having so much fun watching a lot of this. And then, the ending is going to be a nitpick for me, and I have some issues, but overall everything that it was trying to do it did right. So 5 for me. So let's talk.
So okay, so it being a 5,
this is a perfect action movie for me.
So I kind of want to jump right into what you talked about, how saying like, hey, you stumbled upon this. How did you come across this?
Are you aware of Ghost of Tsushima?
No.
So this recently came out. This is Ghost of Yotai. This is the second installment of the Ghost series.
Okay.
So the last one was on PS4. This is a PS5 version. There are some connections through it, but I played this, and then I was like, oh man, when I was playing it, I was like, I want to go back and play Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay, so you played this one first.
I played both. But it made me go back and play the other one because I was like, man, I just really like that game also.
Right.
And so I was getting really into the vibe of the samurai. And so I bought some books. I haven't read all these yet. I did read Book of the Five Rings. Miyamoto Musashi. Nice. We can talk a little bit about that in a second. But I was playing the Ghost of Tsushima, and I'd been a huge fan of older samurai movies. We're talking like 50s and 60s. Like Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. Like old ones. Mm-hmm. And so this being a remake, cool. 2010, it was sleek. There's a couple of, again, parts where you're like, oh, the visuals didn't really work here. But
sure, but you can look.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't matter. If you're the kind of person that goes, oh, fuck this movie because of that, well,
screw you, man. Yeah,
it's dumb. So anyways, I was really into the game. I was enjoying the hell out of it. I mentioned it on our last couple of pods that we did, because in the Ghost of Tsushima, you're playing a samurai, and you're fighting off a Mongol invasion. And so you're basically just running around the map, killing Mongolians. Cue the goddamn Mongolians. I don't know. Oh, goddamn Mongolians! There's a whole meme about it. I'll show it to you later.
Oh, okay.
And so that kind of reinvigorated my interest in it. And then I was like, oh, let me see if I can find a cool samurai movie. So I looked it up, and 13 Assassins was like highly rated. And so I was like, cool, I can watch it. I already have Amazon Prime, so fuck it. And I was like, dude, I think I texted you guys like right after. I was like, dude, have you guys seen this?
Dude, yeah. And I can see why. Because initially I was like, okay. Because I was a little like, okay, it's like a 2010 movie. Yeah. I was like, why is he? You were raving about it.
Oh, I fucking love this movie,
And I was like,
dude.
why? And then I watched it, and I was like, yeah, I see why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not surprised that you rated this at a 5.
Because
maybe I am a little.
I do have some. I mean, it's like a 5 with a tiny caveat.
Sure.
But overall, I mean, what do I want to see out of an action movie? Samurai movie? It has everything I want.
Dude, I mean, that sounds kind of silly.
We're in spoilers now.
The one thing that I really liked about this film was I guess the bulls or the cows that
Dude,
were on fire.
I literally took a note of that.
Dude, I was like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, this is the best action film ever.
Oh,
like,
man.
come on, dude.
Who would have thought?
And that's actually very believable, honestly. Like, if you're in that situation and you're like, yo, like, we've got 13 people, what can we do? Realistically, to get some,
this is
upper hand.
This is an archaic version of...
Yeah, and I'm like, strapping some fire on these bulls and just letting them
run rampant.
Dude.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Sometimes we accidentally do Lonesome Dove comparisons. When I saw the bulls come out on fire, my immediate thought was that wasn't a good special effect that much. It was a cool idea, and I loved it.
But I accepted it.
But the way it looked was real bad, and it made me think of Lonesome Dove when they get electrocuted. The cattle get electrocuted, and there's that shitty,
it's like
shitty electrocution of the cattle.
All of the horror,
and I was like, this movie was made for me. I was like, how did it know that I would have appreciated that?
Oh man, dude.
I actually, because I don't watch a ton of Japanese media. I don't watch a ton of it.
I don't watch any. So I kind of want to let the audience know out there that this is honestly probably the first and only samurai movie I've ever seen.
You never saw Last Samurai with Tom Cruise?
Should I?
I mean, I'm just surprised you didn't.
Isn't that that's kind of a newer film though? Wasn't there a lot of backlash
not newer
on
than 2010?
Oh wow. No, I've never seen that.
People give it crap because it's like, here's the white man to save the it's a whitewashing kind of movie.
Yeah.
Or the white hero.
Right. Is it good?
It's not bad. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Tom Cruise, but I think that movie's pretty good.
All right.
I think if you watched it, you would probably enjoy it. Maybe you wouldn't give it like a 5, but I think it would be like, oh, that was a good movie.
Okay.
So, but I do watch movies. I watch movies from different places, foreign movies. And I didn't know this because I was like, okay, I gotta look up who this guy is. So, do you remember Tyler that we used to work with?
Mm-hmm.
He loaned me a DVD of Ichi the Killer, which is insane. It's like based off a manga or like a comic or whatever.
Sure.
Really violent, really stupid. But he was like, dude, you gotta watch, like, just the visuals in this movie are crazy. Even if you don't like the movie, like you'll
appreciate the visuals of it.
Yeah. And it's the same director of Ichi the Killer. And he did another movie I just watched, which I think you probably should watch, maybe around October time, called The Audition. So I've seen like multiple of this guy's movies and not known.
Is he the director?
He's the director. He's called Takashi Miike. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say all these names wrong. Sorry, but Takashi Miike. He did another movie that I'd seen. I've seen like a lot of this guy's movies and didn't know.
Except 13 Assassins just recently.
But this was in 2010, right? So I'd seen Ichi the Killer. I saw The Audition, and I saw Harikiri, which is another remake kind of in the same vein as 13 Assassins.
Sure.
So he'd like done a couple of remakes of old like 1960s samurai movies.
Nice.
And like brought a new kind of sleeker, quicker spin on those things. And I saw Harikiri and I liked it. Mm-hmm. And I loved this. Ichi the Killer was dumb, but I'm glad I saw it.
What kind of
The Audition really fucking like that will get under your skin. Pun intended if you've seen the movie.
But okay, that first film that you talked about, the one that has a crazy visuals, you said it's a stupid movie. Is it like live action?
Ichi the Killer.
Is it live action?
Or? Yeah, but it's based off of a comic.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So there's like a character that's kind of like the Joker. There's a character that's got his smile kind of cut open. I mean, but this guy is no slouch when it comes to action shit. So that's kind of like where I'm at with this. And again, accidentally, I had no idea that I had seen this guy's movies already.
Yeah.
And so it kind of just fell into place.
When you were watching 13 Assassins,
now that I know,
did you kind of like see like, okay, cool, I can kind of...
No, this one's maybe Harakiri. Maybe that one is like kind of in the same where
because it's kind of the same genre-ish.
It's tension, and then and it's also kind of a commentary on like botched leadership of where do you land when you have to follow, because we've got some philosophical questions that we gotta ask here.
Yeah. I thought that you had chosen this because of that. Because I think in today's day, and I don't want to get too far into it, but
Just the political climate of right now?
Right. I thought that might have sparked some interest. And I thought you knew about this film and were like, yo, we have to do this.
Why would I think a film called 13 Assassins was going to be some, like, deeply political satire or anything like that, you know? I had no idea. I had no idea. I get why you...
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I bet you that's why.
No. So. It's because I just want to watch samurai fucking slice some motherfuckers in half.
Dude, whenever he sliced some guy that was already on fire, and then like you could kind of see off frame that he just like it's still on fire and he's separate. I was like, dude, yes, man.
Yeah,
that's epic.
So, you know what's funny? It's like, okay, so let's talk about some of the things that we didn't like, so then we can just kind of talk about some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
The ending. There's a character in here and that's why I put this little caterpillar guy. Because he eats the bugs.
Yeah.
So they find along their journey to setting the trap for our feudal lord who we hate, and the names I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah.
Our bad guy, our villain.
Yeah.
When they're off to set up this trap, they meet a hunter, and he's trapped in like a net.
Right.
The ending of this, the first time I saw it, I've watched this movie twice. The first time I saw it, I was like, man, fuck this ending. Because he seems to be immortal, maybe?
So, yeah,
You clearly see a knife or a sword go through his jugular.
Yeah.
Clear as day. There's no ambiguity when it comes to his death.
No. He
clearly
should have been dead.
Died.
And they even comment, there's like, he said something like, "Are you immortal?" or something. There was that.
Yeah.
So
there's all of a sudden in a movie that's like doing political intrigue and is, I mean, bombastic, but at least realistic. Notice the quotes, realistic. All of a sudden there's this spiritual edge to this movie at the end.
So
that threw me.
Okay. So I'm
what
thinking
changed
that
in the second view?
Right.
Well, tell me what you thought first, and then I'll tell you my turnaround.
So I had that exact same thought.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people that saw this did.
Right.
That's like a common. People are like, "What the hell's going on with the ending?"
Yeah. The one thing that I maybe can guess as to why you, after the second go around, you may have had maybe a different thought about it is he talks when they first meet him. He has this discussion about this girl. Mm-hmm. I forget her name.
Umashi or something.
Yeah, something like that. And there's a quick scene of her in a river stream, crouched over. And when the first time I saw it, I was lost. I was like, "What is she doing?"
Yeah, right.
I was like, "What is she doing?"
Right.
It looked like she was eating something, and I didn't know what it was. The second time I watched it, I was like, "Okay, she's definitely eating." Like she had a miscarriage or something, and I looked it up. Because I just wanted to be sure. And sure enough, I found out that the reason what she was doing was eating her own fetus. Mm-hmm. And I guess there was maybe like a lengthier version, but I don't know. But ultimately,
also,
the whole
this
symbolism
is based on another movie, remember? So we don't. I didn't see it. So
yeah,
I'm really curious. This could be more explained.
So I think that had the film and this is one big reason why I'm notching it down, and it's a high 3 and not a 4 or 5 for me, because if you're going to show something, I want explanations about it.
Right.
And I think that that's really freaking interesting. The fact that, and apparently it's supposed to, they showed it because it's supposed to, you're supposed to get an idea that this person's like almost like demonic or supernatural type individual.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so I think that
he's some sort of, not demon, because demon implies evil.
Right. I think it's just like
almost like just like a free agent. He's like something that's this thing that's out there that kind of doesn't have an allegiance.
Right.
He lands at fuck the samurai.
Mm-hmm. So I think if they explained that with the love interest and kind of gone into a little bit with that, then I get it. Like, okay, cool. This is like a spiritual. Maybe he was like the good luck charm, or he was the.
I saw an interpretation of it where it's the nephew of Shinzamon. I think they call him Shinza. I think his buddy that he went to the academy with calls him Shinza. So Shinza's nephew is the one that survives the whole ordeal.
Right.
And then he's talking
really cool.
with, I loved him too.
Yeah.
I actually like all of them.
Yeah.
He's with the hunter, and he's like, somebody was like, is it possible that he is like hallucinating that? He's hallucinating the guy coming back. Like he
just went through all this trauma.
Yeah, so like it's a PTSD thing maybe.
Right.
I'm like, I don't like that concept.
Yeah.
I like the idea that it's something spiritual.
I think so too. I think that's much more
I like if I accept it as this is because what is his motivation? His motivation is animal. It's primal. He says he wants to meet the woman he loves. He goes, I'm bored. Why are all the samurai arrogant? He wants to hunt and he wants to eat and it's like all like primal things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the things that the samurai are like against. So it's like always being noble and always like to the point where they're doing things like ritual suicide and that sort of thing. So I'm good. So he's sort of like a wrench in the gears of that, where he even fights. Every time he fights, he's picking up like a stick or a stone.
He's badass.
He's not my favorite, but I loved him. I was like, he's like,
it breaks up the kind of, because they're very structured characters, right? They're samurais, they follow the rule. And so him being this very outrageous, animalistic type character breaks up that.
Right.
And so I think it's almost like godlike. He almost is very godlike in that he toots to his own horn. He's kind of, going against what they're doing. And he's, So
it's just by chance that he was like, you know what, I'm with you guys. Like his allegiance could change at any time. And I kind of like that. I like that he's this like wild card. He's got like this weird burn scar on the side of his thing. He uses a sling, a stone. So there's like this almost like biblical thing with like David and Goliath almost.
Right.
Not that Japanese have a relationship with that. They're more Buddhist than anything.
Gotcha. It's almost, I hate to like compare this, but like in have you seen the movie Mulan, the Disney movie Mulan? Mm-hmm. The dragon, he's like part of the gods, and he's like this very kind of silly character.
Yeah, they don't take him seriously. Yeah,
and he's
it's Eddie Murphy.
Right. Yeah. So it kind of gave off that vibe. So maybe that was the.
I mean, Mulan is China.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah.
No, the vibe.
Yeah. Just that
it's
type
a spiritual
of
character. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I think through that lens, yes, it brings it that much closer to like a better film. But I think the way it was handled, that's what severely
honestly,
notches it for me.
If I were to be on this squad making this movie, I'd be like, dude, let's not put the spiritual stuff in. Let's have him survive a different way. If we're gonna have him come out at the end and just be like, well, I'm moving on to the next town, I guess, or something like that. Mm-hmm. We'd go, okay, well, I'm glad he survived, and then he's gonna go off. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go find Usashi.
So you're thinking leave it out or go all in with it?
No, I'm saying leave the spiritual stuff out entirely, or just accept it for what it is. Because it's like slamming the brakes. Because I'm like watching the movie and I'm going like, man, they've set up this like period piece. It's very serious. It's like political intrigue, and you're like, dude, these guys are in real danger. This is almost like when they approach Shinza, he's like, oh, dude, we gotta talk about when they cut that woman's limbs off.
Oh man, dude,
they set this motherfucker up to be a really like this is one of the worst bad guys I've seen,
dude,
in action movies in a long time.
Honestly, I would rival him over anybody.
Dude, yeah, I was thinking about it, and I was like, dude, this guy's like bad.
Yeah, I don't usually like physically react to films. When that scene came about, I caught myself. I was like, I literally had my mouth open and my hand over my mouth, and I was like, I'd make a mental note. I was like, dude, look at what you're doing and reacting to this film. It is a very horrific movie, to be honest. Yeah. It's almost like very horror-ish.
It's borderline.
Yeah.
I mean, they really want you to. Whoever like was in charge of writing this character was like, do all the things, show some, and then explain others. So they explain massacres, and then it shows some things, and you're like, whoa! Like the reveals of just going like, okay, fuck this guy. I get why Shinza's like, if the Shogun don't like it, fuck it. We're gonna go on a secret mission. And then
the fact that they show it is even...
They show the lady. Like, so there's a part in here, guys, where our bad guy, They're explaining some of the things and why some of the daimyo or the samurai are like, we don't know if we can support this anymore because it's getting bad. He is squeezing a certain town for tax money. They're peasants. Squeezing this town for tax money to the point where they're starving and they're desperate. And they start to rebel. And in response to this, our bad guy kidnaps or whatever the daughter of the main rebel.
Yeah.
And then uses her as his plaything,
which
cuts off her from elbow down on both arms and from the knee down on both legs. And there, the reveal is, I was like you. I was like, no way. They ask her some questions. They're like, dude, this is what he did to like just some random girl. And they mentioned that she doesn't have a name. And we'll get into that when we talk about the feudal Japanese system a little bit, because we have to talk about it a little bit. Peasants didn't have names.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they would give them names like lives near stream or something.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, I don't know how accurate, because a lot of samurai lore throughout the years is kind of like how cowboys, it's exaggerated.
Of course.
But yeah, so they even mentioned that. So this is literally a person at the bottom of whatever, and he just like used her like trash. And there's a reveal here where they take a robe, or they take a blanket off of her, so they take a robe off, and then you see that she's got no hands, no feet, no calves, no arms. And they're like, what happened? They put a brush in her mouth, and then she writes on this piece of cloth.
Oh man.
And dude, the reveal at the end when Shinza's like, and it's this total massacre on it. Oh, and you're like, dude. Yeah, get this motherfucker, dude. So,
oh man,
dude, I know it's so good, right?
It's a really good film. That scene, man, it'll haunt you.
Or
it really will.
Or I mean, that's like what got me at the beginning. And then there's the part where he's like kicking around a kickball. It's like a ball, but he had just finished massacring a family.
Yes,
shooting arrows at a child. Excuse me, sir. What the fuck are you doing?
He's honestly, when I saw this film, there's a lot of evil characters out there.
Yeah.
He's at the very top.
Dude, yes.
I really can't think of another character that
they make look this despicable.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really can't think of one. It's hard.
Yeah, I was like Darth Vader. It's like, nah, well, I mean, kind of, but not really.
Yeah,
but it's not filmed this way. It's not where I was like, oh, fuck. The first time I saw it, I couldn't believe, because you feel like I felt like this movie was trying to be classy at first. You know what I mean? I was watching it going like, oh, it's beautiful. I was like, I feel like I'm there. Again, it's probably not all that historically accurate, but it's beautiful.
Sure. No, it is really, really well done.
And then that scene happens and you're like, whoa, where is this going? And what's crazy is our hero, very complicated man, smiles. Do you remember this?
I do remember that. And I did think initially, like, why did he smile?
And then he explains.
Right. And because the explanation, and dude,
that hit me as someone that's aging.
Yeah.
And going like, man, he's at the twilight of his life. He's a retired guy, basically.
Right. That's a really cool, from like an actor standpoint, that's a really cool moment to go through emotionally and to make it believable. It's tough because I don't know Japanese, so I can't necessarily
there's a couple of hurdles we have to make as Americans,
But I mean, that smile is like, that's like an actor's
I almost got like goosebumps
nugget
when I saw it, because I was like, what? It was like, is he a fucking piece of shit? And I'm like, no, he's like, this is giving me an excuse to get back in the field.
Yeah. And I'm like, dang, that gives that.
He almost feels like excitement,
like No Country for Old Men type stuff.
Yeah. That complicated sort of like, he's like, okay, well, I mean, this is like secret. Like, this is like I was watching it going like, this is like CIA shit. They're like on a secret mission.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is like, we gotta assassinate the leader. How the fuck do we do it? Get your boys. Let's do it. And he's like, okay, I live for this shit.
So some things that, I kind of knock on the film a little bit is I really like the action. I think it went on just a little too long.
I will agree.
Just a little too long. I will agree.
It wears you out too much action-wise.
It does, yes. Another thing that I really didn't, I think could have done better, but it's hard because I don't want to be this critical, and it's not. It's a small nod to the filmmakers. I appreciate films that really go deep into these characters so that I truly care about them when something bad happens to them.
Yes.
So it's hard because there's 13 of them. The fact that you're going to go through each and every one of them, you can't in a 2-hour film. And this movie was actually relatively long. And you can't explain backstories for 13 different characters.
Again, I will agree with you.
But just me as a audience member, that's what I really would have wanted. Because I did feel for some of the characters, but there were times in the action sequence that when they were like calling out to their fallen samurai, and and
you're like, wait, who was that again?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it was like, just it's okay.
This would have been a cool book series.
Oh yes. Or even like a small television show series, I think would be really awesome.
Because you like the audiobooks and stuff. Can you imagine like if someone's telling you the story, you're like, oh, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
And you're like, he did what?
Yeah. Oh, jeez. There's a lot of like shock moments, and then it's just.
But the little bit of the characterization that we do get it's not. I'm with you. It's not enough. You do want to learn about these guys more, because you almost feel like each character has kind of another. Not relationship, but like like this is like a coming of age story for the one guy. Remember, dude, we haven't talked about him yet. The guy that uses his dojo, Shinza's dojo. Oh, and he says some badass line. And he's got the kid's like 16, and he's like whatever the kid's name is. He's like, if anyone get past,
kill them if they get past me or something like that.
Yeah, don't let them live or something. Yeah, he's like, okay. And then he fucking takes on all these dudes. He's using his main sword, but then he's like grabbing the ones that are just fallen. Oh, dude. That guy fucking kicked ass, dude.
Dude, and the way it was shot too, like when I just really love the shots that they had when he was kind of walking towards the main bad guy. It just his face, the way that you could kind of see his pose. Oh man,
he's like the easy one to be like, oh, he's my favorite because he's like the baddest ass one. Yeah, and I loved it. Every scene he was on, I was like, dude, what is he gonna do? And he's cool. So there's this like mentor-student relationship,
right? And so that would have been cool to like dive deep into that.
But that's there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
There's the one character who, honestly, is weirdly my second favorite.
Is he the one that does it for the money?
Yes.
I knew it. Because he's awesome too.
Dude, I don't know what it was. I was like, dude, this guy kicks the spear guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. And I was like, what is it about?
Even his like explanation too. I thought it was so funny and cool, and like
he's like, what? I gotta pay off my debts.
Yeah. And the cool part is like,
can you give me an advance? And what does the guy say? He's like, I like his style.
Yeah, dude. Like, honestly, I felt like that would have been us. If somebody was like, dude, I'll join you guys, but you guys just gotta pay me. We'd be like, right. You know what? I like your attitude. Come on.
You're on board, baby.
Dude, like,
the Shinza and his nephew, there's another sort of aspect of they meet him in like, he's like in a sake house.
Yeah.
Drunk, gambling. He tells the one guy, he's like, don't talk to me. Lady Luck leaves when unlucky men talk. That's a badass line, dude. I was like, fuck, I wish I could write some badass line like that. He goes, stop talking to me. And the guy looks at him like, the fuck? He goes, Lady Luck leaves when unlucky men talk. I'll never forget that line, dude. There's something sick about that.
And it's cool because like he's got this like swagger initially, and then you see him drop to being this like low life. And then that would have been a little bit cooler to see, because I did feel for him.
Right.
But imagine seeing a little bit more scenes, a little bit more time where he's like kind of, because he just immediately jumps to like, oh, I'm in.
I don't know. He does like he does talk to his wife, and he's like they gave him a little more time than he gave some of the other guys.
Yeah, that's true.
So that for an action movie, because again, this is an action movie. The other stuff was kind of a bonus. If I'm going to watch this movie again, I'm watching it because I want to watch the sword fights and shit.
Yeah. I did notice that the first time I watched this, I was like, this is a 3. And then I saw it the second time, I'm like, dang, this is like closer to 4. I kind of want to watch it again, because I feel like the more you watched it, the more I watch it, I'm like,
same. The more I watched it, I liked it more.
Yeah,
because I was like, okay, I know what's gonna happen, and I'm like, oh, I can forgive the stupid cow thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I can forgive when the gates come in, they look so cheap.
I actually liked those. I thought that was
it was a cool concept, but it looked kind of cheap, and I was like, who cares?
Yeah,
but you notice it. I noticed it, and then I'm like, I don't care. When I watched the second time, I was like, I don't care. And it's funny when you texted me, I was watching it.
Oh, when I was asking
we were talking
about
seppuku, you were like, what's up or whatever. And when you weirdly, we do this a lot. Dude, Jeremy and I have psychic powers. I swear. Dude,
I've known you for too long, man.
When you were texting me was when that scene was about to happen.
And I was wondering
when
too,
I took a picture because I did it like right then.
Yes,
I didn't like scroll through. It was happening when you were talking to me about it.
Wow, that's weird.
Isn't that weird?
That's weird, dude.
So, what were you saying? Even though you rated it kind of averagely.
Oh, just like
you watched it again and then a little bit.
Yeah, just this is a movie where you can rewatch it. It's very rewatchable, big time. Like when I first before they, were getting into the big action scene. I'm not gonna lie, I was like kind of bored. I was like, man, dude, this is like
it's taking a little too long.
Yeah, I was like, this is kind of what's gonna happen, and then. Once the action scene started, I was like, oh my God, okay, I get it now.
I'm in.
And then when I rewatched it, all that beginning kind of, all those dialogues, all those scenes, all of those characters and the political aspect, I was like, I really appreciate almost that even more so than I did the big action scene.
Right.
But yeah, man, this is a really good.
It's crazy. And I remember when I texted you guys about it, I feel like I missed out. I wish I'd seen it when it came out. I really do. I feel like, man, all those, 15, 16 years ago almost that this came out?
Crazy.
It feels weird to say because you're like, oh, it's 2010. It's like not an old movie. And you're like, it's almost 20 years old.
I probably wouldn't have appreciated it though back then.
Maybe not.
Well, I definitely would have appreciated the action scene. I would have been like all about it.
Yeah, you might have been like, oh, this movie's boring. Turn it off and then like not realize that the whole second half is all action.
Yeah.
That watching it now, I remember thinking, fuck, I wish I fucking saw this earlier. There's something about this that in terms of style, in terms of like filmmaking, it's like, I don't know. I feel like I needed this. I feel like this is a movie I wish I had in my repertoire earlier. Because being such a film buff now, like looking back and going like, oh, like Reservoir Dogs or something, like these old movies, Casablanca or whatever. Citizen Kane, you look back at these old movies and you go, man, like you kind of have to see them to be in 2001, A Space Odyssey. These movies that have reputations. And I look at this and I go, how the fuck did no one I know talk about this movie?
Well, I actually watched the 90 version, so the 90s version of it. And
wait, what?
Yeah,
I thought it was 1960. It's a 1963 movie.
Yes. There's also a remake in the 90s.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and it's actually
legit
really good.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
I can't.
I haven't.
I'm gonna watch both of them. I'm gonna watch the 1960s, the 90s too.
So the 90s one.
Wow,
so
you randomly saw the 90s one.
Well, so the streaming service I had, because that's when I asked you. I was like, hey, which version are we watching?
I thought you were asking the 1960s one or the 2010 one.
Well, I didn't realize there was a 1960s one until I did more research. But from the streaming service that I saw, there was a 90s version one. And the 90s version one is very, very cinematically kind of in the same order. And so it's almost almost carbon copy. But there's some things I really like about the 90s one better. One thing that I really like about the 90s one, and I'm kind of torn because you talked about the character, like the casting. You really like the casting.
Yeah.
The main bad guy in the 2010 version, he's this very clean cut looking guy, and obviously he has this very evil demeanor.
Yes.
In the 90s version, he looks very evil.
Oh,
and so
they play on the
right.
I kind of like that he looks clean, and
I'm kind of torn. I think because me being from an actor's background, it kind of takes away a little bit, just a little bit. Because,
I found it got under my skin more because this is somebody that grew up in like royalty and we're disposable to them. This isn't somebody that like grew up in a bandit camp, somebody that like robs.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
So that's kind of why. I didn't watch this, so I don't know what acting choices the bad guy made in the 90s one.
I think if I had the same frame of reference of knowing Japanese and being able to really dive into how believable the dialogue is and how he's delivering it would make me feel that way. But because
is the 90s one dubbed?
Yeah, no, it's not
subtitles.
Dubbed. It's yeah, but seeing him and the way he looks, and he just looks like he kind of looks like this, just kind of like scrummy, like he's got a bad look on his face all the time.
I mean, I could get down with that.
Yeah,
I could get down with like seeing it played differently.
Right.
But I liked that he's like, his expectation is that the things that are handed to him are clean, and there's like this, and then
it does make the ending kind of enjoyable because when he's like
in the mud,
he's scared, and
he's like, "Is this what pain feels like?" And you're like, "You fucking piece of shit."
After what you did to
that girl.
Oh yeah.
And that's not there's no way that's the only one. He must have done this shit all the time.
Yes.
Or like his like confidence, like when there's the one guy who's like, "We're not letting him across the bridge," and then he's like, "No, we're going," and just his like. It reminded me, and I almost hate that I'm making this reference. I almost am like mad at myself for saying what I'm about to say. Dude. It reminded me of the bad guy from 300.
Scissor me, Xerxes!
Oh, that's funny you mentioned that. Okay.
Because he's kind of like, he's got like, there's almost like an effeminate...
Scissor me, timbers!
Like, he kind of carries himself like he's above everything.
Yes.
And he's into like finery and whatever.
Right.
And that's the vibe I got where I was like, this motherfucker has never felt pain before. And he goes, "Am I dying?" You know, he tells the guy, you know, "When you kill me, you can kick my head around." That's foreshadowing, that part where he kicks the ball. Mm-hmm. You know, which you don't know when you first see it. You just think he's like, when the second time it's contrasted with, he just did this. There's this kid tied up, watching his entire family die. God, and he's just walked over here, just like kicking a ball around.
The second time I watched it, I thought that I missed it in the first go around, that I thought he was actually kicking a human head around.
Weird.
So I was like, and it's crazy that I thought that that's how sadistic this character could be, and I just might have missed it.
You like, dude, psychic. You picked up the foreshadowing before you knew it was foreshadowing.
Right?
Dude.
Oh, man, dude.
That's incredible. I had no idea that happened.
Yeah.
But I believe it. I believe... You are astute. You do pay attention to this stuff.
Yeah, I try to, but yeah.
Gosh. Man, dude, I'm telling you, this movie is a 5 out of 5. The little stuff is like whatever. We just did.
The story is a 5 out of 5. I will give it that. The movie itself, the way it was done, the choices that were made could have made it a 5.
You would have been mad if it was longer. It would have been like, okay, it's too long. You would have been... The criticism would have been it's too long.
If it was a 4-episode miniseries like Lonesome Dove, I would have said this is a 5 out of 5. I would have said it was a 5 out of 5.
I would like to watch that.
You know?
Where these characters are fleshed out. Maybe they start... There's characters that don't trust each other, and then they defend one another.
The story is so good to not make it longer. It's just so good. You cannot... And this movie was 2 hours long.
But this is what we have.
Right. And I hate to knock it down.
I'm like, you know what? Fuck it.
You're forgiving for it. And I
like it. I like it enough. I like it enough to be like, you know what? It's enough. What I
can't give it a perfect movie. It's not a perfect movie.
I have been watching action movies that have been coming out, not recently, but like the newer ones. And I'm like, why does it need to be 3 hours? Why doesn't it need 2.5 hours? It's an action movie. So fuck it. Like, you got the idea. You got the meat and potatoes. It doesn't need to be anything else.
It just sucks because like
you like it enough to say I like it enough to want more. It's a weird criticism. It's a valid one. It's a valid one. You want these characters fleshed out and you want to hang out with them more. But that's not necessarily a negative criticism. It's saying like they were well written and interesting enough that you wanted more.
I have to rate it. I have to rate it in the medium that it's being delivered to me.
What if it was like a comic series?
Then I would be much more
where it's longer. You can kind of sit with them.
For me, a perfect movie has to fit certain boxes, and this one fits
we have different parameters for what a perfect movie is.
Right. So it sounds like this is still a perfect movie, but
but I always go, what was the movie trying to do? If you were to go, I want to watch a historical fiction, this movie's not a 5.
No.
You see what I mean?
Sure. But I'm not also saying that I'm viewing this as a historical fiction, or I'm just trying to in my frame of reference, what I consider a
of course,
perfect
I'm
movie.
not. I'm not knocking, dude. I agree with you completely with your assessment, for real.
Yeah. And I had to like force
But
myself.
I'm kind of just
like,
I know I like when we kind of don't agree on everything. Also,
I like it too.
I know, but sometimes I'm like, I kind of like, man, because if Art were here, he'd be like, dude, this movie's fucking 5. You know, this would be one of those ones.
He would definitely be way up there.
And you know why?
And I'd be alone. I'd be like, oh,
and you know
man.
why? Because we all loved Lonesome Dove, but what he kind of always has an issue with is when the hero doesn't die in a blaze of glory.
And this one, he definitely does.
It happens 12 times. well, 12 times, and then you subtract one after because he comes back to life. But they all die in a blaze of glory, except the one.
I was actually kind of expecting him to also commit
seppuku.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I wasn't aware of that custom, and you kind of educated me about it, and I was reading up on it a little bit. Mm-hmm. And one of the main things was whenever a samurai is the last in battle or something along those lines. So I would have expected him to take
the mission is over.
Right. Like, my brothers are fallen, I'm going to fall with them. So I thought that would have been... I mean, it's not that big a deal that he
I honestly would have hated
like,
that. If it ended... If he did it at the end, you're like, okay, why? Well, why survive it then?
I mean, it doesn't... I don't think it would have made the movie that much
dude,
better.
There's some nitpicks here, man. Like...
Oh, we are being nitpicky because it's a really great movie.
The way Shinza kills... what's his name? Naritsuga?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. The way he kills him, I was like, oh, that's kind of lame.
I didn't think it was that lame.
Weird. See, I was like, I was like, that feels a bit cliche, but again, I haven't seen the 1960s. You know,
sure,
was it set up that that's how it goes?
I kind of liked it
where they
way.
do that. Like, isn't that what like Gladiator does? Like, I feel like a lot of these movies do that, where they go, "I'm gonna let you kill me so I can get a killing blow on you."
I think the way that it was shot, this one is like, at least from what I was being able to tell from like the acting and the directing standpoint, is that like this guy, he knew that he was gonna die.
This is a suicide mission.
Yeah. He was like, you know what, I want to die nobly
in battle.
So who cares? Go ahead, stab me.
You know what? You're right.
I'm gonna go ahead and just...
This is a 5.5 out of 5.
So that's what I got out of it when he...
When you say that, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Dude, this is why we gotta watch the same movies, man. Because sometimes I need some like different perspectives. I need to look at some stuff and go like, okay, cool.
I bet you that's what they were going for, but I don't know. That's what I perceive.
I want to watch like a spin-off with the one guy. I don't remember what his name is. He's the one that like has the 16-year-old that follows him, his student.
Oh, dude.
I'm like, man, I would love to watch just a movie with that character.
Oh, man.
Like a Ronin, like traveling and like getting into adventures. Because even though that tends to be my least favorite part of movies like this or stories like that, where you go, the ultimate badass character is only fun for a little while for me.
And they definitely did that here.
But there was something about him that like, maybe again, the casting choice, he had a cool look.
Oh, dude.
He had a cool look. And I was like, man, this like his character design, the costume design for him, he seemed like, I don't know, like that's what you want your samurai warrior to behave like.
That's the standard. That's a gold standard for samurai characters.
Right.
So I'm kind of curious. Actually, you want some more?
Yeah.
I got to say that, dude, Japan knows how to do everything, bro. This sake is really good. The cuisine in Japan is exquisite.
Sushi.
This film is awesome. So, yeah.
Shout out to Japan.
Yeah, shout out to Japan.
They know how to make PS5 games.
So, one thing that I was noticing about this film, being shot in 2010, mm-hmm. in that year, there's a lot of quick, very fast-moving shots. And
yeah.
I noticed that they didn't go that route, which I really apprecied. Mm-hmm. But I want to get your take on...
That's not necessarily true. The action movies, the action parts are very quick cut.
I guess what I'm
leading up to it, it's very slow. It takes its time.
Right.
So what's your question? Sorry.
I guess maybe more so like close-up shots, because I noticed that a lot of newer films are shot in a way where like they're, there's a close-up of their eyes, or like the sword being like taken out of their sheath, or whenever there's
do that much. Yeah,
they don't do that hardly at all. And I'm torn because I feel like a lot of newer movies do that a lot to kind of just create a very dramatic build-up. And I like some of the shots and angles that these newer movies are able to make, because I think it's more interesting. So do you think that if they included a lot of that type stylistic, shots, close-ups for some of the action scenes, would that have improved it?
No.
At all?
And here's why. A lot of our favorite Westerns, not Lonesome Dove, but a lot of our favorite Westerns are rip-offs of Japanese samurai movies. So think about this. If in your head, even though you don't watch a lot of samurai movies, if you're going to envision the quintessential, the basic version of a sword duel, you would get like the eyes. You would zoom in on him taking the sword and like popping it out. Have you seen that where he's holding the sheath and then he like clicks it up? That's like pure what Westerns stole all that. Think about like this, like A Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Complete rip-offs of samurai movies. So this guy, Takashi Miike, I'm not going to do that. My action shit is not going to look like that. I think I would have been taken out. I think I would have judged it like, I would have rolled my eyes like, oh, they're doing that. They're doing the fucking zoom in with the clicking the sword out and like, and like the shots of like the doves coming out, or like flower petals or leaves or something. I would have been like
just so you appreciate more of like just
in something like Ghost of Yotai. Fuck it, that's what I'm there for. But in something like this, you're right. He doesn't do that. So I
really liked it, but I just couldn't also help just, for me as somebody who would want to make film, I find that to me, I would want to do those close-up shots. I like that look a little bit better.
Well, sure. If you're doing like a short film and you're like shouting out Good, Bad, and the Ugly or something, then yeah. But that's why Lonesome Dove and like the action parts of that don't do that shit. It doesn't do that. They don't have that like, oh, we're gonna do a Mexican standoff or whatever.
It's just
it doesn't
boom.
do anything like that.
It's kind of like,
hold on, let me hide behind my dead horse for cover and whatever.
It's like, let the story, the description of what's happening carry the film forward, as opposed to,
it doesn't have those cliches. This movie would have felt too cliched, I feel like, if it had stuff like that. Now, in a comic book, or if this story was told in a different medium, then yeah, include whatever you want.
Yeah,
but this being like the political intrigue, I mean, I like this. I mean, even the opening, when there's Shinza's like on that weird, he's fishing. He's like on this like weird pedestal thing, like sticking out of the water, and then like somebody's like bringing him. He's like holding stuff, and you're going, okay. I was like, man, all the shots feel so natural.
Yes.
And not stylized.
No.
It was stylized, but it didn't feel stylized. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was
the shots of them like going through the forest.
Like you said, you mentioned earlier, like you felt like you were there, you were along with the ride. I think maybe what knocks films that do those like close-ups is like you're separating yourself from the action, because it's like you don't really see these close-ups in real life. And the way that this movie was shot, it's like you're seeing everything for full face value. That's why you may feel so. Damn, dude, that's wow. Okay,
yeah, because somebody like, and this is not a knock against Mr. Tarantino, but like Tarantino is almost always homaging shit he grew up watching.
Yeah,
absolutely. So his style is very much based off of shit he was watching when he was growing up.
But you know what sucks though is like today's day and age, you almost are forced to kind of adapt.
No, because this is newer. This is new enough to be like,
different, man.
I don't know. I think there's got to be
there's a market. Yes,
there's got to be like some people that would, and you know, if let's say there's another remake of 13 Assassins, dude. I was telling somebody at work, I was like, this movie, like, it just like moved itself into my shelf. Do you know what I mean?
It sounds like it's up there, like almost in your top 10.
I fucking love it, dude. We just watched.
It's really good.
We just watched Die Hard for the show. It came out. Our episode of it came out a couple days ago, as of filming this, and you know, I always thought Die Hard was kind of fun. Whatever, I didn't really think too much of it. But I watched it and I was like, compared to 13 Assassins, this movie sucks.
Oh yeah.
And how Die Hard has a legacy. This movie, I've never heard anyone talk about.
Die Hard is like,
maybe in Japan it's different. Maybe this movie has like a different reputation or whatever.
I'm with you on it. I'd much rather watch 13 Assassins.
I would rather watch this than Kill Bill. I'd rather watch this than Die Hard. I'd rather watch this than, I mean, name another fucking action movie. Aliens. I'd rather watch this.
Yeah, dude.
I like those movies.
Yeah, dude. This will rival any action movie, period.
Yeah.
Go watch this movie.
Dude, if you haven't seen this movie, go
watch
fucking watch it.
Go watch it.
It's great.
It's really good. I feel like you're thinking my rating is... the story, like I said, is just superb.
Yeah.
And the medium in which I'm watching it is just a very high 3, borderline 4.
Wow.
The story itself is a straight up 5. All of these little nitpicky things, they're kind of big. They're kind of big. To me, at least. And that's why I had to bring it down. I don't want to, believe me.
Wow.
But truthfully, I got to be true to myself. It's a very, very high 3. And that's not a bad film.
No. You're not knocking it that bad.
Bad films is like a 2.
But saying that you would rather watch this than Die Hard is like kind of saying something.
But Die Hard is like...
controversial.
Die Hard is like, yes, it's a good pop culture movie that you'd want to watch. It sets the stage for future action movies of that type of genre going forward, but it's fluff. It's fluff. This movie is very well rounded in that it does have that political intrigue. That to me brings
that was my favorite part.
Honestly, yes. Yeah. And Die Hard isn't a period piece. You know, to do this, it kind of brings it a level higher than Die Hard because it's a period piece and it has that political intrigue.
Something being a period piece doesn't automatically give it points.
No, but it takes it another level as far as my appreciation for what the film is.
How much
filmmakers
work and care went into it.
Because the frame of reference of those filmmakers making Die Hard is very easy for them to tap into, as opposed to modern day 2010.
We have to build a set that looks like it's
but even
1674 or whatever. Yeah.
Not only that, but even just like the mental and the dialogue and the how you shoot it and how you direct these actors into portraying these really old 1800s samurais, you know. So that brings this movie a whole other level than Die Hard, you know, and that's why I appreciate it much more.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah.
So what do you label Die Hard? 2.5.
Die Hard is like a 3. Die Hard is a 3.
That's what I gave it.
Yeah. You gave it a 3?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a 3.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if I were to be like, turn my, you know, action movie big macho guy, like, yeah, this is the standard. This is the gold standard. And
this is the granddaddy of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Then it's a 5.
Right.
But to be level headed, it's a 3.
This is incredible.
It really is.
And I've watched movies, samurai movies, and
I want to watch more.
Here's the thing, like, dude, if you're down to like kind of go down the samurai hallway,
I'm down. Like, I want to watch I think you said the Seven
Samurai.
Samurai.
Kill a whole evening if you're gonna do that. You have to plan. It's like 3.5 hours long. Okay, right. But when you're watching that, and you're going, okay, this is like made in like 1954.
But I can look past.
It's very. I know, and I did too. I watched it recently, and I was like, dude, this is A Bug's Life. We'll talk more about that. when we do our Seven Samurai review.
Let's do it. Let's
okay, well, I don't know that I want to do Seven Samurai next. I think we should maybe do another Akira Kurosawa.
Let's do A Bug's Life.
So...
Let's do A Bug's Life, man. Come on.
Bro. That might be the funniest thing you've ever said to me. I did not see that coming. That was really funny. So Akira Kurosawa is one of my favorite directors, believe it or not. And it's just because his stuff is so... And it's old. It's all old stuff. There's a movie called Rashomon. And we've talked about this before, but I don't know if you remember it. Because it was just a random conversation we had one night. Yeah. Where Rashomon... And it might be my favorite of his movies. Where it's basically about the subjectivity of truth. Where it's like an occurrence happens and every character that was involved in the occurrence has a different take on what happened. And so the film shows everybody's perspective and none of it is shown as truth. It's up to you to go,
who's really
what do you think? Truth? Because they're all kind of showing the same thing, but it's all from their perspectives.
And you're hearing like their inner monologue of what?
No, you see it. It's filmed like, okay, we're gonna go back to that scene again, and here's it from the bandit's perspective. Mm-hmm. Here's it from the person who, the victim of this, sees it. So, I kind of love that, and it's interesting because you can talk to people and go like, what do you think happened? And that's cool.
That's a really like in depth like.
For filmmaking back then, it's black and white, dude. It's old.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Damn.
And you go, what? Dude, Rashomon's badass. So, Rashomon would be fun to do. Yojimbo would be cool to do. I don't know if you ever heard of Yojimbo. Mm-mm. Yojimbo or Yohimbo. I don't know how it's supposed to be said. Sorry.
Yohimbo.
Japanese people out there that watch this.
Yeah.
Yojimbo is... They remade it into Fistful of Dollars, which is the first movie in the Clint Eastwood Dollars trilogy. Mm. Complete ripoff. It's the exact same movie.
Wow.
You watch it and it's like a samurai goes into this village and there's two families in charge of the village and he kind of like plays both sides to come out at the end and take advantage of the situation. And that's what happens with Clint Eastwood.
Right.
They made another Western remake of Seven Samurai called The Magnificent Seven. The Magnificent Seven, I don't know if you saw the Denzel Washington one or the like old one, that like 1970s one.
No.
They're remakes of Seven Samurai, dude.
Wow.
This dude changed the game. And we've never talked about him on the show. We've never talked about Akira Kurosawa. And this movie, if you watch Seven Samurai, you're going to be like, dude, this feels like 13 Assassins again. Because it's like, it's how do we build a town and make it a trap?
Oh, man, dude. And the way they... Oh,
dude, and you what, dude, if we watch Seven Samurai, I actually feel like when you don't judge it for how old it is, you're going to be like, dude, this is like, I can tell why shit stole from this.
Yeah, and that's what people do. I feel like if you and I made films, like, films, we'd do that.
Well, Magnificent Seven was like, it like says, you know, it's based off of Seven Samurai. Okay, they're not doing it shittily. They're calling, they're like, dude,
at least
they're like, dude, Akira Kurosawa, you're the fucking shit, man.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. It's like a love letter. It's not stealing.
Right.
But anyway, I'm about it. And I'm reading Shogun right now. This is a 2-part book. It's about 1,300 pages, 1,400 pages. I'm halfway through the first one. Incredible.
Oh, this is from a show.
They made it into a show. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And so this is the first part. I've got Game of Thrones up here because you said something that was really interesting to me. Where
I mean the
political intrigue part, right?
This political intrigue of this movie is very reminiscent of Game of Thrones. Well, and I think also the ruthlessness of
the danger.
Yes, and the
Joffrey.
Evilness. Yeah. And like Joffrey, or God, I can't remember his name. The bad guy in 13 Assassins versus Joffrey. Dude, the bad guy in 13 Assassins. Yeah. Joffrey's like nothing compared to this guy.
No, this guy's way scarier.
Way, way worse.
But yeah, you can tell that George R. R. Martin grew up like a nerd, like, watching samurai movies and being interested in different things. And you said that, and it was almost like a match in a dark room. I was like, I needed to hear that. Weirdly, I needed to hear that. I was like, yeah, you're right. What I love about the Game of Thrones books, fuck the show, is that it's all that. All the stuff that you loved about 13 Assassins is what Game of Thrones, the series, is.
Right.
It's all political intrigue, and then there's like punctuated by violence.
Right. And the violence is interesting, and it reinforces kind of that political intrigue. Right. And so setting this 13 Assassins, setting it up with that political aspect really shapes the whole climax of the film. It really makes you appreciate what they're fighting for.
Yeah.
Or
right. You want them to win.
Right.
Not just because they're cool, but because you believe in what they're doing.
You know, gosh, I don't want to think this way, but it's hard because when you watch films, you kind of almost naturally anticipate the ending of the film. Mm-hmm. And thinking about 13 Assassins, you kind of know that they're going to win.
Yeah.
And honestly, from when the action starts and I'm thinking about it, they had the upper hand pretty much the entire way through. Yes, they were getting killed one by one, but I truly, looking back on it, I truly did not feel like they were at any point not going to win. And that's
why you're landing at the 3.
I think that also is somewhat of a detriment too. Because the one thing that I really love about movies is when the good guy doesn't always win.
I don't know, man. I don't know. My experience with you is the opposite. You like when it's a little formulaic. You like when the good guy. We didn't record this, but you went on a whole diatribe about Luke Skywalker being like, well, what the fuck? Skywalker has to win and he has to do this, and I'm like, but that's boring.
In certain styles and certain mediums.
So you're saying that this isn't that aspect isn't working in this is kind of wild.
But
where it's like, you want Shinzo, Shinzo's gonna win. You just want to see how does he win.
But I think that there needs to be that like tug of war aspect in the action sequence, and I didn't necessarily feel that. I think that could have been improved on, where one got the upper hand, then the other one got the upper hand. And then so back and forth to the point where you're like, holy
this was they won't win. More in the vein of, like you said, medium. It's the medium. If this was told in a book and you had an opportunity to kind of see like, okay, like the stakes are different now.
Right.
Because a character died and we don't have their influence anymore. We don't have the allegiance is changed. It's shifted. There's been a betrayal somewhere.
So imagine, there was a couple scenes where they target a couple of samurais. I think they target one of them beforehand. So they find out that they're planning something and they start like getting spies, and then they send out a little group. In this movie, the 13 Assassins always get the upper hand in those first, before we even get to the big major action scene. I think it would have been better had they actually killed maybe one or two of those assassins.
Oh.
And then you're like, oh dang, now they're at 13. Now they're at
maybe they were at 13. One of them gets assassinated. An assassin gets assassinated. And then that's when they make the hunter join.
Right.
They're like, you're our 13th.
Right.
Something like that. Yeah.
So I think that because they really are that badass throughout the entire thing, even from the very get-go. They feel like the political aspect, yes, this guy's really evil, but what did you think? It's over triumph by how positive and how amazing that they are philosophically and them as being samurais.
There's the character that follows our bad guy, who ends up being his right-hand man, who Shinzo went to.
That was cool. I like that.
Yeah, and I was like, I kind of thought about it, and I was like, you kind of want to hate him, but I can't. Yeah. I get why he's where he is. Yeah. Where he does kind of have to go, yeah, this guy's evil, but I got all my family and my land I got to take care of, and that's under,
his rule.
Yeah.
Man.
And he's got to answer for, could this guy turn against me at any point?
I did think that he would actually turn against him.
You thought he was going to turn around and be like,
yeah,
maybe one last.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be like, standing with his comrade that they were, just, fuck this motherfucker.
You know what I thought? I actually, we agree on this. I thought that our bad guy was going to beat Shinza. And then that guy kills him.
Man.
And that guy kills him.
Oh, dude. Right? That would be cool. Oh, man. That would be fucking
Maybe he
awesome.
starts a monologue after he gets Shinza.
Yeah.
And then you see the other guy killed him. And then he's like, what do I do now? And then he does the... That would have been the ending.
Damn, bro. Dang, dude.
That would have been the ending, bro.
Man.
And then fades to black. And then it's our hunter in a campfire. And then you see he's telling the story of the 13 assassins. Cut to credits.
Bro, man.
That's how you make a movie, baby.
Oh, man, dude. Let's
Hey, Takashi Miike. Hire the Chorizo production team. We'll make a good movie.
Wow. Dude.
Maybe that would have worked better. It would have worked better than the spiritual ending we got.
Yeah,
it would have justified the one guy being like, okay, I maybe got pushed too far, and I, in a desperate act, I kind of take back what I've been doing or supporting this asshole,
and I think that also fixes my qualms about, they kind of had the upper hand the whole way through,
right? And
no, they didn't. They killed themselves. God, dude, that would be so sick.
I'm so glad we watched this movie.
Oh man,
is that it?
Yeah, man.
Is that it?
I'm sure I could talk more, but
we probably could. Honestly, the camera's gonna just die. Almost.
Yeah, it's gonna die. This is shoot. I'm torn because I want to bring it back to a 4, but when you bring that ending, I'm like, it just goes to show that there are flaws with this film.
There's a ton.
So,
and I don't care. I don't care.
I care. I care about something. Go watch the film. We're gonna just keep talking about how
we're just gonna be in here. The camera's gonna be off. It's gonna be 4 a.m. We're like, dude. So anyway, Shinza.
Oh man,
what a great
movie, man.
What a great movie.
Great story. Great. I should say great story.
Cool story. Yeah. No. Great. Yeah. And it makes me want to watch the 1960s one, and you're making me feel like I should watch the 1990s.
The 90s one is pretty good, honestly. Yeah.
Huh.
It's up there.
Are there any famous Japanese actors in that one that you remember?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know any of them. But it's the production value is really solid and for being in the 90s.
Sure.
Yeah, and it hits very similar.
But you saw the 2010 one first, right?
Correct.
And then you were like, okay, there's 90s, let me see what's going on here.
Right, correct.
So you have the influence of the newer one.
Right.
Is there the hunter character? Have you?
I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, it's still pretty.
Yeah,
close
I'm
to
halfway. But the
political
part is more fun to me. And
the what?
The political aspect of the movie is more fun.
It's the best part.
That's the part.
I have to agree. That's my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, and so those scenes that I've seen, they're right there. They're
dude, when they're having the meeting and they rush to blow the candles out. I know that's it's just whatever, but I like the attention to detail with it.
That was cool in this one. In the 90s version, you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay. In the 90s version,
I know what happens.
Yeah, okay. In the 90s version, they don't hide. They're all there.
Whoa.
Yeah. So Shinza is talking to him, super calm. And just stone faced. It was almost like a whose dick is bigger kind of scene. So he's just he's got all the samurai there. Opens
he's
up
like, what are you gonna do?
He's like, yeah, I'll see you. They're talking dude. He's like, yeah, I'll see you again sometime soon. I'm like, oh, dude, it's good.
And you're like, no, the showdown's gonna come.
Yeah,
dude. All right, let's get out of here, man. I'm gonna send your ass on your way so I can watch this 90s.
I know, dude. Yeah, let's do it, man. This is what
hey. Back at it again,
good choice,
baby.
man.
Yeah.
Good fucking choice.
I'm glad we did it. And I'm gonna keep playing my Ghost of Yotai Ghost of Tsushima.
I kind of want to. I may need to.
You should.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cool. We're gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you for joining us. This has been a hell of a. Honestly, this sake is a little bit stronger than I expected.
It is.
I'm not gonna lie.
feeling it.
I'm sitting here going like, did I say that stupidly?
I'm feeling it. Bugs
Hey,
Life. That's
Japan kicks ass at making sake.
Sake made me bring out the Bugs Life, man.
Thanks, guys. Like and subscribe.
ya.
Come back. We're gonna do. Hey, let's do another samurai movie.
We'll do another samurai movie.
Fuck yeah.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye, guys.